we have to separate the looker from the buyer. Now, this is the other key point. If you listen to Brian's podcast, which if you have not done that, go listen to it because it is dope. I have a client that I coached, and on Tuesday morning, she woke up and she goes, Brad, you're never going to believe this. I was like, what? She goes, I had a client come in from California. She goes, I was with them all week long. We looked at 3 houses. We wrote 2 offers. We got 1 accepted. Boom, we're off to the races, just like old times. I was like, the market's shifting. I said, no, the market's not shifting at all. I said, what was the difference between that client and your pipeline of clients that you complain about every single week and your lack of inventory that you complain about every single week? What was the difference, right? And she's like, well, they had money. They paid over appraisal. They were motivated because they were moving here and all this stuff. I said, exactly, right? So I had an epiphany, and I think this is what's happening with not only our buyer clients, but our FSBOs and everything. We're going to have to shift. We're going to have to get out of our pleated pants and get into our skinny jeans here because the market's changing, and we better start changing with it as realtors. And this is the thing. We have an amazing buyer lead conversion course on our online learning center. And if your clients haven't looked at that, they need to go through that. And I guarantee this is the step they're missing, is the buyer's consultation piece. And and they can do that on Zoom. Let's not get into the logistics of that. But our lead sheet that we have, right? Think about this, guys. Think about the lead sheet that we have. We find out what kind of home they want, their motivation to move, where they're living now, this and that. I think we need to be adding in new questions. Like number 1, I would say to my client, I would say, I'll pick on somebody. I'm gonna pick on Anissa. Okay, I'm gonna say, hey, all right, Anissa, so here's the thing. We're gonna go look at these homes that you said, and right here is the list price at $500,000. Now, Anissa, have you ever been to an auction before? Okay, no. Great. You've been to an auction. That's awesome. All right, so when you go to an auction, there's a starting point, and then there's a bid up from there because there's a lot of people bidding on it, and at the end of the day, somebody gets it. That's what's going to happen, and are you okay with that? And I may not sit here and tell them, like ask them the question, and I would write down yes. Okay, now here's the next thing that we're gonna do. All right, the seller's not gonna fix anything once we get it under contract. So this is what we're gonna do. I got an amazing vendors list. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 1-day home inspection, 24 hours, right? And I know, cause I had this with our brokers the other day and go, Brad, I don't know if my home inspector can get there that quick. Get 5 of them then, right? Get 5, get 6 home inspectors. I'm talking 24-hour home inspection. We're selling it as is. That way you're kind of covered. And what we're doing at home inspection, Mr. Anissa, is we're going to be a checklist, right? And I'm going to get the vendors to fix your stuff. I think we need to have that conversation with them. I think we need to have a conversation about the appraisals. Say, listen, we're going to get a house and we're going to get it for $700,000 and it's going to appraise for $650,000. This is going to happen. It's not a might. This is probably going to happen. And there's going to be a gap there and the seller's not going to pay for it. So are you willing to pay $50,000 more than it appraises? If they say yes, great. Now, I don't mean to get personal with you, but where's the proof of funds? I want to see the cash that comes from this because I'm going to submit that with the offer, right? I just have that conversation with them. I have another conversation that said this is also what's probably going to happen is we're going to close on this house, and then the people that are living there, they're going to rent it back from you for almost 30 days, sometimes 60 days. And are you willing to do something like that? And I think these questions need to go in our buyer's consultations. And every single client I've had this week, I had one like when I just hung up. She goes, I got these 10 buyers. They're driving me nuts. I want to quit real estate. I'm losing hair. I wrecked my car. I got 5 McDonald's sacks underneath my seat. I said, calm down. Let's have this conversation. Exactly what did I say? Do you think you have a 2021 buyer, or do you think you have a buyer like we've had for years and years and years? And she goes, I got 2 buyers. There you go. We got to separate the looker from the buyer. And I think that all of our agents and our clients and a lot of people are handling with lookers, and they're going out with lookers all day long because they are not buyers for 2021. They're not going to be able to buy a house. Even as good as their intentions are, I don't care if they're pre-approved. I don't even care if they're cash. They have to do the things that I just said in that buyer's consultation, or I think we should reconsider working with them.
Great.
You see what I'm saying? We have to separate the looker from the buyer. Now, this is the other key point. If you listen to Brian's podcast, which if you have not done that, go listen to it because it is dope. Because what it says is everybody's sitting here business servicing, and they're forgetting to lead generate. And I think what's happening is our clients are going out there and they're busy as hell, working 17, 18 hours days, showing properties, writing 55 offers, doing all this stuff. You're as business servicing, you're working with lookers, not buyers. Now, if you work with buyers, that would give you what? Right, more time to do what? Lead generate to go find more buyers and sellers for that mention. And here's another thing, I worked with another client today and she works with a lot of VA people. What we did is we said that we came up with this and is we're paying the seller's closing costs. We're paying all the commission, we're paying all the title fees, we're paying all the survey fees, we're paying everything but the taxes, right? We're paying the seller's closing costs. And what she's doing is getting in that sheet and presenting that with the offer, with the seller, showing the seller what they're going to net with this offer. And by doing that, she says, I've gotten 3 VA buyers under contract this week.